But we got to fight the fight. And the reason we're in trouble right now, ladies and gentlemen, is because you got Joe Biden, who's already said, one, he's going to put a moratorium on all deportations when he first becomes president. Two, only illegal aliens that be deported from this country are those that are convicted of serious felonies. What kind of message he just sent the rest of the world? It's okay to come to this country illegally. It's okay to work here illegally. You can even commit some misdemeanors. And we're never going to remove you. What do you think that's going to illegal immigration? So here we got the greatest president I ever worked for, Donald Trump. He's got the illegal crossings on the border down 85%. Yeah. 85% in May. And not one bit of help from Congress. At the same time, he has worked on securing our border, keeping his promise to the American people. The Democrats keep offering more and more incentives, but the president keeps beating them back. 85% decline. It's unprecedented what this President Trump has done. With zero help from Congress, no help from the courts. They fight him on every dollar of the wall. Here, Joe Biden voted for the Secure Fence Act in 1986? $50 billion. Now he says the wall's wasting money. So what did he just waste $50 billion back when he voted for it? No. No. Joe Biden cares more about being president than protecting this country. It's just like most of the Democrats on the Hill. I said many times, they hate this president more than they love the country. They hate this president more than they take the responsibility to secure our border. They hate this president more than they want to protect Americans. We got a president in the White House who I spent many days with. I've been on Air Force One with him, I've been in his office, I have many private, he called me several days ago. I spent over 30 years studying people. That's what criminal investigators do. This man is not a racist. He's not a nationalist. He's not a xenophobic. He's not all these things they're calling him. He's a man who loves his country. And he wants the same America. Yeah. He wants the same America that I grew up in. He wants people to put their flags on their front porch. He wants people to stand up when they sing the national anthem. He wants children to grow up in a safe environment, not being killed by MS-13 gang members. He wants to end sanctuary cities where these sanctuary cities are releasing criminals, public safety threats back into the public. Which is, again, they say, well, we want sanctuary cities because we want the immigrants to feel welcome. We don't want to be afraid. We want the victim witness to be afraid to work with law enforcement. So we don't want law enforcement to become immigration officers. Well, that's bullshit because we never asked them to be immigration officers. All we want is access to the county jail where you already decided to lock somebody in a jail cell. We want to talk to that person. That's all we want. We don't care about the victim witness. Unless you're locking them up, we'll never know they even exist. And if we did know there's a victim, we'd actually get them a visa. So don't pull that. They say sanctuary cities protect the immigrant community. Bull. Montgomery County, Maryland, just the last couple months, they had 9 rapes by illegal aliens. 8 of the victims were from the immigrant community. Tell me how that sanctuary city protected those immigrant kids who their lives never be the same. Sanctuary cities does one thing. It puts the immigrant community at greater risk of crime because the immigrant that gets released will go vilifying and criminalizing the very community in which he lives. It's the immigrant community. MS-13 gang members almost only prey on immigrants. So don't tell me releasing a public safety threat, illegal immigrant, back into the immigrant community protects the immigrant community. If I'm a victim witness, I'm a little concerned that now that crook's coming back and I reported him. They don't protect victim witnesses. They don't protect the immigrant community. They put them at greater risk of crime. And number 2, they put them at greater risk of ICE arrest. If ICE can't arrest a bad guy in the county jail, they're going to go find him, which means they go to the immigrant community, which means they'll probably find others that weren't even on the radar. Now they're going to get arrested. So tell me how that protects the immigrant community. It doesn't. It puts them at greater risk of ICE arrest. It puts them at greater risk of crime. And it puts ICE officers at great risk. Instead of ICE officers taking custody of a public safety threat in the safety and confines of a county jail, now the ICE officer has to go knock on the door. It's only a matter of time. And I've asked every politician I've ever had an argument with, I said, well, I'll challenge you. Let you and I go to the immigrant community and have a neighborhood meeting and ask them one simple question. Would you rather have ICE in your jail or in your neighborhood? What do you think they're going to say? So this isn't about protecting the immigrant community. Don't believe it for a minute. That's your false narrative they keep pushing. This is about open borders and no immigration law. This is about future Democratic voters. And what really irritates me, and when President Trump announced we're going to do a nationwide operation to go arrest all these people who had due process at great taxpayer expense. We spend billions of dollars a year on border security, immigration courts, detention. They had their due process been ordered removed. President Trump says, we're going to do a national operation, go find these people, and we're going to remove them. These Democratic mayors and governors, Nancy Pelosi, starts having news conferences. How dare he? How dare he do this? How dare he threaten the immigrant community? My first hearing as ICE director, I made that statement. One of the congressmen in New York says, Mr. Homan, your statements alone are terrorizing the immigrant community. I said, they should. I said, if you're illegally in the United States, you're not supposed to be comfortable. If I speed down the highway 100 miles an hour, I'm worried I'm getting a ticket. If I lie on my taxes, I'm worried I'm going to get audited. If you enter this country illegally and stay in this country illegally against a federal judge's wish, you better be worried ICE is around the corner. That's the way it's supposed to be. But you had Nancy Pelosi was standing in front of TV cameras telling people how to evade ICE. You don't have to open the door for them. That's not a search warrant they got. They can't open the door. The Speaker of the House, who said the President of the United States, they're trying to unseat a duly elected president, right? Yeah. I keep hearing, President Trump's not above the law. He's not above the law. No one's above the law. Well, apparently illegal aliens are above the law because we're not supposed to enforce the law against them if you're Nancy Pelosi. They shouldn't be arrested. They shouldn't. Now you see why I'm angry? So all this stuff, after 34 years, I get up on Congress, and that's why, because they're lying to us. And I promised, my last email to the men and women at ICE when I retired for the second time was that I may be retiring from this job, but I'll never stop giving up the fight for ICE agents and Border Patrol agents. These people are American heroes. Their mothers, their fathers, their sisters, their brothers, their moms and dads. And what the Democrats in Congress have done, most of them, not all of them, to vilify them. Spouses and children of Border Patrol agents are now being bullied in school and church because of what their parents choose to do. ICE the same way. We've had ICE facilities attacked. We have members of Congress saying ICE makes women drink out of toilets, which was a lie. They said we want concentration camps, comparing what ICE agents do to the travesties of the Holocaust. I've never seen anything like it in my life. These are American heroes, and I would defend them until I can't take a breath anymore, because they're American heroes, and they deserve our thanks and our praise. These men and women leave the safety and security of their home every day and put a gun on their hip, badge on their chest, and stand on the line. I know it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, stand in the middle of nowhere. Your nearest Border Patrol backup is 20 miles away. There's a trail in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and the sensor just went off. Someone's coming north on this trail, and you're by yourself. But you're going to stand there and take it on. Is it just someone coming here to get a job? Or is it a heavily armed drug smuggler? You don't know. But you know what? These brave men and women are going to take it on. They're going to stand there. And I've done it. I know it's like, you shit your pants, but you do the job. These men and women putting it on the line every day for this country. And we got members of Congress calling them Nazis and racists. That's why I'm upset, and that's why I've had it. And that's why I travel around the country talking to folks like you, hoping that you will talk to your neighbors and friends and tell them we're in a fight for our lives. This country is unrecognizable to the country that Tom Homan grew up in. We got a serious pandemic now. It's serious. I get it. But thousands of people are dying. You would think for once everybody could circle the wagons around our commander-in-chief and fight this thing as one nation, like we did after 9/11. But not with this Congress. They hate this president. They hate him more than they love the country. That's just a stone cold fact. So I want to end my comments there. I'll take some questions if we have them. But I want you to know, next time you see me on Fox, you see me on the Hill, and I'm screaming and yelling, now you know some of the reason why. And when I was the ICE director, last week I had 80 protesters in my house on a Sunday morning. And I wanted to go out and address them, but the sheriff asked me not to. He used sprinkler. I said, can I always turn the sprinkler systems on? He said, no, you don't want to do that either. And, the sheriff asked me, he goes, I notice they're always protesting. Why isn't the right? Why isn't the right protesting? I said, because they're working. They got jobs. They're supporting families. But listen, I'll leave you with this. I've done this job for a long time. I've worked for 6 different presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. I respect every president I ever worked for because they're the president of the United States elected by the American people. You got to respect the presidency. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't agree with President Obama with a lot of his immigration policy, but I respect the man. He's my president. Now we got half the country saying he's not our president. We forgot with respect to the presidential office is supposed to be. I've worked for 6 presidents. I respect every one of them, but nobody has done for this country and for border security and frontline law enforcement and first responders, no one's done more than President Trump, and we need him for 4 more years. I'm done.